Alright, so this match has some interesting implications. I'll get to that in a minute. We have on the left here David from round 1, still playing Lance. His opponent for this round is going to be Tobie playing Doomsday. Really interesting matchup. If David knows what Tobie is playing, he could try to play around Endurance. That's not a guarantee though. Uh, so maybe Tobie ekes out the game 1 win just on the surprise factor. Then come game 2, David will have knowledge of the matchup, as well as the full playset of Sphere Resistance to bring in. So we'll have to see how that goes. We have some quick Life from Below action at the start here. Might have a pretty fast kill here if Tobie is not careful. But yeah, the reason this is a bit of an interesting match here is because this is Table 5. Tables 1 through 4 have all drawn, assuming that they were all going to get into top 8. Which, for Björn, Martin, and Craig, that is the case. They are at 13, 11, 11 respectively. However, if David wins this game, the remaining 5 slots in the top 8 are split between 6 players. So that may have been a bit of a risky draw for some of these players. We'll have to see how things go. This could end up being a pretty funny top 8 and a pretty sad one for one particular player. We'll have to see. So, bit of an issue with lighting here. We'll have to make it work. Now there is a Life from Lum going here. I think there is a Thespian stage on the field. And a Dark Depths coming down, I believe I heard them say that. Still no audio for this match, unfortunately. We should have audio for tomorrow's match, so should be good to go then. Looks like we have the Merit Lage token coming down for David here. Gonna take his turn. Looks like, from what I see in the hand of Tobie, he has nothing. And David gets to turn 1. The turn 1. The game 1. Now, this has some potential implications, since David only saw a Brainstorm and a Street Wraith. So the possibility is he can assume that it's Doomsday, but like it's not really a lot of information to go on. It's most likely not Death Shadow at that point, because she did see a fairly slow a very slow Death Shadow hand if you're not getting Thought Seized. There's no Watery Graves coming in. So David may realize it's Doomsday, but there's no guarantee. Tobie, on the other hand, knows exactly what's happening here. And interestingly enough, decided not to bring in any Leyland Void or even the one-off Void Snare. Might be trying to just go for a fast kill here. Which could work, for sure. He might still have the element of surprise here. But definitely the pressure is on here That wasteland currently staring down any potential underground sea being fetched here. Ursa Saga coming down. And a sphere of resistance coming down. Sphere of resistance. Is that in the main? Wasn't a side. I thought they didn't side. Did I miss them side? Like, I double checked. I thought they didn't side, but now I'm not sure. uh, okay, there's a sphere of resistance. I mean, I did say it game one. I expected the sphere of resistance. So, still a really good card in the matchup. Lesbian stage coming down. And a second sphere of resistance. Oh dear, that's... This might be a pretty fast win from Lance here. A fast win from Lance, can you imagine? I'm sorry. I love Lance, no worries. Looks like going to float a colorless off the Ursa Saga here. And gonna try and find artifact here. What on earth is that? Is that a Thran Foundry? That is a Thran Foundry. Target player shuffles his or her graveyard into his or her library. Yeah, that's a pretty good effect. It's like an endurance you can find off Ursa Saga. That's pretty decent. You know what else is pretty decent? A Merit Lage. Four mana. Holy crap. Oh dear. My lack of legacy is showing. Is that a Hurdles recall? Maybe like a weird art for it? Like an old art? Hang on. Looking at the effect, I think it's a Hurdles recall. One moment. I mean, Hurdles recall is pretty good here. It means that Tobie is at least able to start doing something. Getting rid of these spheres. Not immediately at risk of getting his graveyard shuffled back. And because of the Merit Lage token, David now is lacking a bit of mana to try and rebuild. So... going to sacrifice a land for the Edge of Autumn. I'm gonna draw a card. This is really digging for something, and he doesn't find it. He doesn't find it. And that means David joins 5 other people in top 8 contention. Yeah, that's funny. I love that.